today we're talking about transmission fluid. This has been a long time thing on this channel. I made videos in the distant past about this. A lot of you guys email me, commenting, should I change the transmission fluid in my car, in my BMW, in my Audi, in my Mercedes, in my Chevy? So we're going to talk about all that today. Now, I'm going to start off with this. Everything here, we always change the transmission fluid in, automatic transmission fluid. We do not let anything go. Whenever you let that stuff go, it starts eating up the valves in the valve body. The solenoids start to get stopped up and malfunction. And on foreign cars, the fluid, it will actually break down and get thinner. And old Chevy myth is if you change the transmission fluid at a higher mileage, it won't back off the lift. I can't speak for Chevy stuff. I don't know how that is. On a foreign car, on a German car, on a Japanese car, that it cannot be further from the truth. It's only when you do not change it is when it wears it out and it ruins it. We have a lot of higher horsepower cars that go 200,000-300,000 miles on the same transmission, never really have an issue. Now this is for torque converter transmissions. If you have a SMG box, that must be changed, the pump fluid and the gearbox oil. If you have a CVT, which is a one gear system like a metal belt, that kind of has to be changed too. Pretty much everything needs to have it done. So what are we using all that? Everything except for the dual clutch, all the torque converter transmissions, we use this in pretty much all of them. Now, as I'm standing in front of a vehicle with dual clutch, we will not use this in the G-Wagon. That takes a different type of fluid, and that still must be changed, and that is due to be changed actually. So this is Valvoline Max Life, full synthetic, multi-vehicle, ATF. This is probably the most stinkiest stuff on the market today. You could buy this at Walmart. It was $17 a jug, like everything else. Now it's like $22. If you're changing the transmission fluid in a ZF transmission, you will need anywhere from 7 to 8 quarts. Depends on if it's an X5 or what it is, how deep the pan is. So you will need 2 of those jugs regardless to change the transmission fluid and a filter at the minimum. Now, if you have a newer ZF box, 06 and up, chances are it will be a plastic pan. If it is a plastic pan, the filter is built in the pan. If it is a metal pan, it could be a GM or a ZF box, and the filter will be a separate filter. So be aware of all that. I will also tell you if you have a plastic pan ZF, so 6 HP 19 and up, you cannot use a cheap Chinese filter / pan on that. It will leak like you have never seen. Ask me, how do you know? I know. If you watched on the past videos, we went through that before with my other E60. It just will not work. So the pan filter combo from ZF was about 80 bucks. I haven't bought one in a little bit. It's probably more now. 85, 90, 95 bucks, something like that. So you're looking, let's say with tax, you're looking 100 bucks for a pan / filter. You're looking $44. You're looking 140, 150 bucks to change the fluid in it. Now, if you just take it to a shop, what are they going to charge? I don't know. And that's also very scary. If you take it to a shop, you don't know what they're going to put in it. A lot of times we find the ZF original amber fluid at a high mileage does not function well. It's very thin. And in a high mileage transmission that has a lot of wear on it, you need the thicker red fluid that has friction material in it when you pour it in there. And we've taken a lot of BMWs, a lot of Audi stuff over the years, a lot of Toyota stuff that has shifting issues, and fix those vehicles by changing the fluid. Now here's the thing. If the fluid's real nasty, you can't just change it once and you're good forever. It's not that way. The best thing to do if you have nasty fluid, it's not been changed for a long time, don't change the filter the first time. Drain the fluid out, put the plug back in, put your 3 or 4 quarts in, then start it up, fill it up the rest of the way, go drive it around for 3 or 4 or 5 miles, come back, then drain it again. So you're gonna need 4 jugs of fluid to do this. After you drain it the second time, then change the filter and then refill. However, never, ever, 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 ever start a car with no transmission fluid in it. It will weld the clutch packs together. It'll be locked in forward gear. You'll be doomed forever. and you will need a new transmission. You must have at least 3 quarts in the transmission before you start that engine. If you don't do that, you're going to be in trouble. Also, when you're done filling it, do not turn the engine off before you put the fill plug back in, or all pour on the floor, right? So you're checking, when you're checking at the fill plug, you're checking a moving, it's a cycling level. You're not checking the sitting level like oil. You're checking the cycling level in a lot of the ZF transmissions. That's if you have no dipstick. If you have a dipstick, you could fill it up. You still cannot start it until you put some fluid in it. This is your typical GM filter. This also could be an older ZF. 5HP19 is what this will go to, or a very similar one. And you can see here, the whole filter, the filter goes under the whole thing. You can only see a little bit of it here. Now, a lot of times on X5s and cars will take it apart, shifting totally bizarre, or it'll shift to where there's no forward gears and only reverse works, or all the forward gears are shifting all stupid. We'll take this out. This will be kind of all like full of the black, like clutch material and like old fluid, and just be totally freaking nasty. And if you don't run it too long, you can change this and it'll fix it. Also, be very cautious when you're doing these. Make sure when you pull the old filter out that you pull the old oil ring out, because I've seen a few of these were doing weird stuff and it is double oil ringed. The other one, the old one, is still stuck in it, and this cannot seat in there correctly, and it's leaking fluid out and it's sitting all stupid and things like that. But yeah, if you do this, guys, you will not have any of the transmission issues that everybody talks about. If you let the car also warm up before you take off. Let me back up on that. You can drive the car when it's cold. You cannot get in it, start it from cold, back out of your driveway and floor it. And then we see that a lot. See that a lot. That will break everything in the transmission. You will be about a transmission, no doubt about that. If you just take off, start it up, back out, take off, drive normally, there's no harm in that. It's like warming your engine up. You could just take off your engine. If you don't floor it from cold, it's not going to ruin it. Every car is like that, not just BMW, no matter the make or model. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this helped people out on these transmission questions. I can't do any more, like, we'll make the video, but not everybody will see it, and I'll just get bombarded with questions a short time after we already make the video, because nobody watches the video. And if like we're just constantly repeating all this stuff, but I don't mind doing it. You guys that have been with the channel a long time already know all this. You're like, Nathan, you tell us this all the time. But there's a reason why we keep making transmission fluid videos. If you service everything correctly, every 40, 50,000 miles, and you stay on it, you'll never have a transmission problem. Most of the time, you'll never have a problem. If you get lazy with it, you will have issues and you will be buying a new transmission. So don't do that. That's going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.